Hi, I'm Justin Fryar, and this is our presentation for the Indexing Challenge by Justin, Deborah, Michael, Kim, Harlan, and Trevor. Elder Bednar once said, "I invite the young people of the church to learn about and experience the spirit of Elijah. I encourage you to study, to search out your ancestors, and to prepare yourselves to perform proxy baptisms in the house of the Lord for your kindred then, and I urge you to help other people identify their family histories." Especially in the church, there is a lot of interest in family history. Many aren't sure how it works. This project can answer the questions: how can they do family history research when they can't physically go to the records themselves? How historical records become digitized accurately, and once digitized, how do they become searchable? This project will also provide the beginning steps of how names can get to the temple and how this helps everyone perform this work. Studies have found that 84% of households in the U.S. have access to the internet. How much of the U.S. has access to all the physical records that are kept? Much less. By digitizing these records, we instantly make them accessible to 84% of the population. In addition, it also preserves those records beyond their expected lifespan. Our plan is to have ourselves and volunteers commit to 20 minutes per day of indexing to complete 4 batches per week per person. Family Search automatically tracks these efforts and updates the results in real time so we can track this progress. The team effort will be to meet our own goal of 20 minutes of indexing per day, and also to motivate and assist the volunteers in meeting their goals of 20 minutes of work per day. Now, our group goals will be to get at least one person to volunteer for each of us. We'll hold a training session on indexing and the process involved. We'll successfully recruit at least one volunteer for each member, and we will extend commitments. The volunteer goals, for those that we can recruit, are to understand what batches are, how indexing works, and receive commitments from each volunteer for 20 minutes of work per day. Our end goal for the entire project is 96 batches. We have broken the project down into 3 steps: invitation, training, and execution. During the invitation phase, we will recruit volunteers and invite them to participate in the indexing challenge. During the training phase, we will teach them what they will need to be doing and the goals that they will be committing to, and also that we will be supporting them in those goals. During the execution phase, we will help to hold ourselves and the volunteers up to the standards and goals that we have met and continue to work towards, and provide weekly status updates and the reporting. And during the project wrap-up, we will total the number of batches that we were able to complete. Now, the metrics that we will use to know that our project has been successful is by monitoring the number of batches completed per week to see if we are meeting our weekly goals. We will have our volunteers recruited, which is one for every group member within the first week. The training of the volunteers will be completed within the first week. Every team member will invite at least one person. Even if they don't invite one person, it will still be the goal to have an average of 1 volunteer per person in the group. And we will do these batches and complete them on time every week. Now, the resources we have involve the project organizers, which would be the members here in this group, be the ward and workplaces. We have some resources such as FamilySearch.com, which does a good job at recording the progress. We also have potentially ward computers that can be used for this purpose since it is church related. We can use other tools such as video, PowerPoint, and long-distance collaboration technologies. We'll have manuals and tutorials on the Family Search website to look at, and also other tutorials. We have physical locations for training if needed, such as the ward building or library or group member homes. And we are certain that we can get authorization for this project through the ward bishop to use their computer systems for indexing. Now, there are some risks with this project when including inaccurate indexing. To solve this, FamilySearch.com automatically reports on the work completed, giving us metrics on it. There might be some social resistance, but we can solve that by giving personal experiences as a result of this work to help encourage them. Many are busy and don't have enough time, so we'll make this a low-stress environment with short orientations that limit the amount of information given. You'll need to record the work that has been completed, and FamilySearch.com will do well with that. Computer access can be obtained through the local libraries or ward resources. There's a risk that technology could fail, and we can help to mitigate this by collecting data once a week so that we do not have a large amount of data compiling all at one time. There may be volunteers that stop participating in this effort, and we can help discourage this from happening by giving clear and concise communication and with others help others cover the incomplete work if they find it too difficult. If volunteers find that difficulty in reading the records, we can do frequent arbitration check-ins through Family Search. This is where the arbitrators see the interpretation given by the volunteer and they make a final decision on this. They can also have other resources that help them to read older style of handwriting. There might be a delay in invitees or training. This can be caused by a conflict of schedules. To help mitigate this, we'll do frequent communication with group members and redistribution of responsibilities according to where we are in the schedule. And there also might be scheduling conflicts where it is difficult to set up orientation classes, and they may need to be, and we can mitigate this by doing this training individually if they aren't able to attend our group meetings. Now, the time that we expect it to take going over the longest ones is extension of invitations. This may take the longest of all of the steps. We estimate at 7 days. Schedule individual indexing training can be difficult to get everyone on the same page with dealing with so many different schedules. So we expect that to take 3 days. Trading meaning prep should take a couple of days. Complete weekly indexing and batch goal we expect to take about 4 days. And finish up all the batches for the project goal we expect to take 4 days. We have come up with a cost analysis of what this project entails. However, this project has been designed to eliminate any material costs, although there are still some minor costs to consider for the execution of the project. Volunteer costs are recognized for donated time and resources. On the left here, you can see that we have made projections on costs for management fees and other materials if this were to be performed on an outside source using some kind of company. However, since we are doing a volunteer initiative, these costs are mitigated and are reduced down to just the costs of operating electronics and technology such as internet access and electricity to run those computers. Now, in conclusion, we'll proceed with the indexing challenge as approved by our sponsor, and all subjects evaluated in relation to this project have proven to be fiscally viable and can be accomplished within the resources available. So thanks for your time.